I have a 4.0 and I'm a pro player. It's possible, so let me show you how I've done it. Although in an era where dropping out seems to be the biggest trend among successful people, what gives? Today I want to talk about people like Mongrel, SypherPK, even giants outside of the Fortnite scene that have normalized dropping out like Mark Zuckerberg, and I want to compare those types of people to someone who is still in school like myself. The thing about the internet is you see all the success stories because they succeed, and you don't see all the failures because they fail. And the thing about the success stories is you can name them very specifically, like Mongrel, like SypherPK, because there's only a handful of them. Whereas all the failures, all the dropouts that tried and didn't make it, even if we actually saw them, it'd be impossible to know all their names because there would be so many of them. And that's the reality. Dropping out and giving up on school often doesn't work. And I want to show you a clip of SypherPK talking about this topic. He gets very real with the audience, and it can be a hard truth for many people to swallow. But don't worry, after I show you this clip, I'll bring it back to a high note and give you all some hope. But I think it is necessary for you guys to see this first.
And I need to specify to any kid watching who might be thinking of some ideas after hearing me, and I'm going to give you some harsh truth. If you are not making enough money to pay rent, to buy food, and to save money, and to pay for gas, you have no business dropping out of school, quitting your job, or any of that nonsense until you have shown that you are good enough as a content creator, as a streamer, as a pro player to make enough money to live without the help of your parents. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about quitting your job or dropping out of school until you've proven that you have a concept that works, that you have what it takes. Because the truth is, most of you do not have what it takes yet. Because it can be what you're hoping. It can be your dreams. It can be your job, but it's not an easy job, and it's not something that it's like a 1 in a million thing, right? 1 million streamers try to make it their job. Only like one person makes it through. You want to gamble your life on 1 in a million? I didn't gamble my life on 1 in a million. You know why? Because when I decided to drop school, it was still a risk, but it was a calculated risk. It was a very calculated risk because I was already making $1,000+ a month. Actually, I only ended up moving out of my parents' house when I could afford to get an apartment and pay my own bills. It wasn't when I got 100 views on my Fortnite montage. It wasn't when I got blocked by a pro player. It wasn't when one of my tweets got 1,000 likes. I don't mean to be harsh, chat. I don't want to give impressionable kids the idea of dropping everything to pursue content when they might just ruin their life or waste a lot of their youth.
So he said it best. If you don't have a plan, then absolutely do not quit your job, or in this case, drop out. So if you're stuck in school because your parents are making you, or because, you want to be smart and not ruin your life, then how do you thrive in both school, Fortnite, and life? Because it's possible. I'll give you the cliff notes on my resume to build some ethos and credibility, and to flex a little, but I am a junior in college now, and I do have a 4.0 GPA, while investing hours into Fortnite and being a YouTuber. And I'm assuming a lot of you are in middle or high school, so I'll talk about that too. Every year of my middle school, I made honor roll, and in high school, I had a 4.2 GPA from taking AP classes. But now I'm in college. I'm a Fortnite YouTuber who has invested hours and hours into this game, but I still have perfect grades, and my social life hasn't suffered or tanked from both of these aspects either. I have a great group of friends, I'm in a fraternity and go to parties and live the quote-unquote college life, and on top of that, I have a long-term hot girlfriend of 3 years, so I'm not some loner who can't talk to girls either. But enough flexing. The point of saying all this is it's very possible to live a balanced life while still excelling in different aspects of said life. So yes, I do believe it's possible to go pro in Fortnite while still getting good grades. And of course, I'm not going to speak on the odds of actually going pro since those are super low, but in terms of time commitment required, I do believe you can be good enough on a school-based schedule. Speaking from my own experience, you can do it. And I'd like to point out a few other people like Mongrel and Mark Zuckerberg. These are very smart and dedicated people who did drop out. Mongrel, for example, dropped out at age 13 from school to pursue Fortnite all the way through. It worked out for him, and we know his name because of that, but a lot of people do fail trying the same thing. Everyone looks up to Mongrel and people like SypherPK too, but they actually tell a lot of their audience to not do what they did, because they know themselves well. They know that they are extremely dedicated and would do this no matter what. And there's definitely some people out there like that could follow in their footsteps and make it work, but for a lot of people it would be better to take a path of balance. And these people aren't dropping out because they're stupid. Like I was talking about earlier, Mark Zuckerberg, he went to Harvard and dropped out because he had a big idea. And I'm not saying Mongrel or SypherPK are Harvard students, but they have that thing in their brain that makes them click, and they got successful and lucky. That's the biggest thing. And I truly believe that I and some of the people in the audience also have that thing that can make it click and make them successful. But the difference between me and them is I'm using that click to balance my life out and be successful in multiple aspects. It's never a bad idea to have a backup plan, especially when you're succeeding in different areas. But now is the time in the video that I do admit that I am not a Fortnite professional player. But the catch is that I am a Fortnite YouTuber instead, and it's the same time commitment, if not more. Because I actually have to play the game, then take hours scripting, recording, editing, writing tags and descriptions, thumbnail creation, etc. So I invest hours and hours into every video, and I try to post 3 times a week and stream. But sometimes you have to shift priorities. So being a Fortnite YouTuber takes a lot of time, and going pro takes a lot of time as well. So I think they're almost interchangeable, just select one or the other. For example, during weeks where I don't have a lot of schoolwork, I will grind out 3 videos, stream, and work on creating something new for you guys, whether that's something for the Discord linked below, a new service, a Fortnite map, a new merch line, or something else. And all that time I spend doing that, pros would spend practicing. But during big test weeks for school, I won't be able to hit even the 2 or 3 video mark, let alone all that other stuff. So I shift my priorities. Speaking of which, I have finals this week and next week, so videos will slow down a bit. But after that, I'm free for around a month until my summer job starts, so I'll try and be pumping out videos then. And to bring it all the way back to the pro level, if Fortnite pros have tests, they might take a week off from practicing scrims to study and focus on those tests. But then after the test concludes, they have a lot more free time to focus on scrims and practices. So for you guys that want to go pro and don't care about being a YouTuber, or for you guys that don't care about going pro and want to become a YouTuber, both while keeping good grades, take me as an example. It's possible. The point of making this video is I want to provide something realistic to strive for. It will be hard, but it's possible, and a lot easier to come to terms with than dropping out and risking everything. Just try for success in both. And if you respect the honesty and just my path that I'm on, then please invest in the channel and drop a like. I want to encourage as many of you as I can to pursue a realistic but high-performing life where you can achieve your dreams. I haven't reached where I want to be yet in life, but I'm definitely on the right path, and I would love to make these videos for you guys for a living. So please help me reach where I want to be, even if it's simple as using code reidtheninja in the item shop or following my Instagram linked below. But now that I've told you it's possible to get good grades and invest time into going pro or becoming a YouTuber, what are my actual tips for achieving these things and following in my footsteps? My first tip is, for the love of God, please start scheduling things. Use a damn planner. Everyone always says that there's not enough hours in the day to do all these things, but there literally is, since I have first-hand account doing all of these things. Having a social life, being a YouTuber, partying, relationship, excelling in school, etc. The key is not wasting time, as well as learning to double task. When you schedule things, maybe you have a planner, you don't waste time. You see blocks of your day coming up that you can fill with productivity. And I'd always hate it when parents or teachers would tell me to stop scrolling TikTok or something when I had nothing better to do. But those sentiments actually are true if you do have something to do, like practicing. So you want to go pro? Do scrims instead. And the most important part of scheduling is getting into a routine. My routine is to wake up, go to the gym, then write scripts in between gym and class, then go to class. And after class, I'll either do homework or record videos depending on the week. This is a super simple schedule, but at the time it seemed super intimidating to get into before I had actually done it. I was worried that if I'm going to be making videos, then I won't have enough time to do X, Y, or Z, but then I realized if I plan effectively and don't waste time, I'll be good. The thing about increasing productivity is that you don't need to create more time out of thin air, since that's impossible. All you need to do is reallocate your time to cut out wasted minutes. I have to say the most important thing for me was creating a routine. Like I said, it was becoming intimidating to add a bunch of stuff to my schedule, but then once you get into the groove, it becomes second nature and regular. Like, it only takes walking through a field of grass once to create a new path. Now every time you walk that route, the grass is matted down and you can keep walking it regularly. Same thing for a routine. The first day you start, it will be nothing, but every day you do it, that path will become more defined until it seems like the norm. Cutting out that waste and creating that path, that routine, will give you the time to go pro. And the other thing that's vital is learning to double task. So say you're at the gym and you're working out. In between sets, you'll be sitting there resting and doing nothing. Take this time to do something productive. For me, I just jot down video ideas, but for someone going pro, you might use this time to open up Fortnite GG and plan a rotate route. Or say you're in between classes at school and you have a couple minutes. Look at pro guides and tutorials to update yourself on the meta. I remember watching Peterbot and Poyo box up Cerberus when I was on a break. I just opened up TikTok and was looking at Fortnite videos, and I discovered a new technique to stun the medallion bosses. So this intermediary time is very important. Or maybe when you're grinding practice, maybe you invite a friend over to LAN instead of playing online so you can have that social interaction. The things that are necessary in life, you can't just cut out, but you can combine some things. And my last tip to becoming more efficient with your time actually comes from in-game. You could spend hours practicing, but only engage in a handful of fights. So to be efficient when practicing, you need to know how to end fights quickly. I made a video talking about that exact topic right here. Click this video to further your path to becoming pro. Drop a like if you've enjoyed, invest in the channel, and again, if you messed with my honesty in this video, please use code reidtheninja in the item shop to help me out. And on that note, I am signing off.